What is up, guys? It's Mason once again with another long play video. Hopefully the audio isn't messing up. We are playing against an Indian. This is gonna suck. Let's see what he does. If he goes full Karukan and doesn't switch, okay, he goes for the Piets. And I've realized over time that this often transposes to a position I'm very well aware of. We had a very terrible loss in the last video. If you didn't watch it, you can check it out. One of the worst games of my life, which is why you only play what you've prepared in. Don't play what you haven't prepared with, right? So pick an opening and learn. Personally, I always tell people to know at least 4 openings. 2 for E4, 1 for E4, 1 for D4, 1 for E5, 1 for D5. And yeah. And yeah, I played a game today with this exact same line, but I don't exactly remember how it went. I think I don't remember what I played first, but I had a very good position after I played that. I mean, we could definitely play this, which stalls out my opponent and he has to try and defend, I guess. He might have to defend with his queen here. He could try and like counter with, for example, 9 to c5, but that just leads into simplification of the position. And I think I can even hold the pawn down. So maybe not the best of ideas. Yeah, so I left the upcoming streams on the screen so that you guys can know whenever I'm streaming. I stream twitch.tv/pen_mason and even here on YouTube as well. Mondays, this actually gives me the opportunity of bringing my knight here. But we'll simply hold that thought. Now this move is actually coming in. But if it does, I have a threat. So I can play bishop first. Then he can go knight if he chooses, but I think that's a wrong move. Okay, so let's say I go, for example, bishop here. Pawn push here, pawn push. This guy is lacking. The bishop there may not be optimal. I mean, I could simply play this move and then castle from this point. Okay, is there any merit to, for example, bishop here, pawn push here, pawn push? Then knight jumps in here, targeting this square. If he takes, I have bishop takes with check. King can only go up. I still don't see it. I still don't see anything. So here, what would the other move be? Like, I'm thinking about this, castling queenside, but I'm just wondering, so here, if knight jumps in here, bishop takes, I think that's also completely fine, right? Okay. I now see this. Can't believe I now see this move. After all this calculation, this bishop move never entered my radar. Like, can you imagine that for a second? And here I was thinking I can just take. So here I was saying takes, queen moves, castle this way. If takes, I take it. But takes, let's say the queen comes in here. The only problem is this knight, in which case I think I play this move, where if the knight takes, I can go takes here. The problem is that if I take now, it does allow him to do, right? So I don't want to take now. But I take now. I have a slight reason for that. But if he takes now, I just take. And I think that's a win for me. And if he does castle, I'm going to take immediately. That way, if he takes back, there's problems for him already. Now I'm a little bit like having second. I'm questioning this move a little bit. Okay, so pawn push. If knight takes, takes. No, wait. I have to castle or something in this position. Now, I think I just have to take. As unappealing as that move seems, I might just have to take. And then we castle. If I play this move, he takes, we take. My pawn structure is looking a little bit bad. It could just be fine, but I'm not so sure. Or how about like this, takes, then we take with our queen. I think we just castle. I think we just castle. I don't feel any threats. So we just castle. Our opponent's king is in the center for the time being. We have some ideas. I have a feeling if I play pawn push, he would just take instantly, which I would be happy to see. This knight is not doing anything at the moment. Is he trying to go queen side? That could be it. If I try to stop him from going queen side, I lose the pawn. Yeah, even if I go this way, I don't stop him going queen side completely, right? If I do this, it stops him for a bit. Okay, so how about here? Bishop takes, queen takes. Let's see, rook comes in here. Yeah, I don't know why I'm struggling. This should be a straightforward position, but for some reason I'm struggling. I'm looking at this. This prevents the castle move. But then on this move, my opponent plays this. After I take, he has rook comes in. I come in here, and something else is going to happen. The other thing about this move is that now this knight is going to disturb me. Actually, it can't. So here, takes back, rook comes in. Here. Spend so much time on this move. Okay, I can simply go here. Takes, I can take this way. Takes, queen takes, pawn push. But what if here he castles? What I don't want. I want to prevent him from castling. Hmm. How many minutes did I spend on that move? Wow, I spent 3 minutes on move 8, 10 minutes. Oh boy. Now he can castle. If he, for example, castles in this position, it may not be good. May not. We'll try and play the remaining moves fast. Why do I lose so many points? Yep. Now my opponent's 10 to 10. Wow. Opponent has no fear. What I saw is I take with check. Uh, there are many ways you can try and block the position here, here, or there. And personally, I believed all of them were not so good. Again, we are on the mindset of not letting our opponent castle, as that could help him a lot. I still have to be very careful of my opponent's moves, that's for sure. This is like a bit safe. I think my opponent is going to be a little bit aggressive from some point, like in the game. At some point in the game, I feel like he's going to start this with these ideas. You know, not what I was expecting, but this gives me the opportunity to kind of develop my pieces a bit. Threatening this pawn push is the most likely option. I may not want to trade off queens. Okay. This pawn is hanging. Okay. Okay. Good game. Good game. Yeah, we thought a lot. I mean, the games have been very short, except I think a lot, right? And I messed up like royally. So takes here. I think I was wondering if the move is to go like this move. Here it's like just go e5. I mean, your opponent gives you the opportunity, you go e5, right? No, not me. It wanted f4. I'm not so much a fan of f4, so I don't really take what the engine is saying here. a4 at some point in the game, I really felt I needed that move, especially when you consider the fact that I need the bishop on this square. So I have to take note that a4 is a possibility, and maybe I will start playing a4 against f4. Now, in some lines, I do like f4, but I'm not so keen on f4 here. It does, I mean, serve a very clear purpose of preventing like these types of issues. Interesting, you don't take if your opponent takes, at least he's opening up the position for you, right? So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I guess that makes sense. So yeah, I'll have to experiment those lines a little bit more. Yeah, but here it says I gave the initiative to black, and now I was playing on the back foot, which I mean felt a little bit clear. Bishop to d3 was what the engine suggested here, but I went this way, putting pressure on this guy. Queen to c7, correct move. And the move I played is not so much recommended, but it's fine. And he plays the wrong move. So I should have just gone straight for the takes, which is what? Knight takes. I think and the move is this, right? Yeah, I think that's the move. I completely missed this tactic. So takes, and you still have to deal with this. So you go this way and now F. No, F doesn't. F does it, right? I was thinking F doesn't do it simply because the knight jumps back, right? Wait, it's knight to F6. What are these crazy moves? Knight to G6 is what I'm looking at. And so this is what it's looking. I mean, this is looking nice for black. I mean, sorry, for whites. Despite yes being down a piece or being down the exchange, there's a lot of space. Again, I don't know how I would win this. I would need a lot of like experience to win this. But there are so many open lines, and I feel like those are the easiest things you can think about in such a position. Again, I think if your opponent takes you, you don't. Yeah, then the work is hanging. Sorry. I was thinking about the fact that like even if your opponent could get the opportunity of taking, you would want to play against them. The move is F4. F4, F5, sorry, is the move you're looking for. It dislodges the rook and attacks the queen as well. So yeah. I think this is very good for white. Okay. This is not the actual game, sorry. Yeah, instead I went here. So I'm still on the back foot according to the engine's lines. But after this, my opponent helped me get back. Is castling the best move here? Castling is good. Takes and I go queen to e3, and yeah. I had a trouble actually with this line. I wasn't so sure. Was it this line? No, it was the line I was thinking about. What was the line? Wait, he took. Then I would have taken. Then I was looking at. Did this? Oh, there was a line. There was a line I was thinking about. I can't seem to remember it. Of course, like here I just take. So I can't remember the line I was thinking about. Yeah, but then yeah, from this position is just clearly winning. We are just winning the material, giving our opponent hell. Going to like do stuff like this. If he tries this, he's getting hit with this and yeah. That's basically what I was doing to my opponent at this point. It's a clear win. He could continue trying to play using this advantage, but I don't think it really works out very well for him. So here he resigned, and we win a game, coming back up to 1800. I mean, we are just leaning on 1800. We're 1805. We dropped, went to 1804. Now we are 1800. Let's hope for better games next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you really do love these videos, love the commentary, leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe if you haven't. It really does help me out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. You know, I always do different signs. It's either this, it's either this, it's either this, it's either this. Like I just keep doing stuff. But anyways, get out of here. That's the bottom line.